Hello and welcome to, well, not the garden, not the greenhouse, but our dining room. Now, I've got here a chilli plant and it has an interesting disorder, and it's possible a few viewers may not have seen this one before, or you may have seen it on chilli and pepper plants, wondered what it is, and since I've got an example of it here, I thought I'd show you. It's looking slightly sad, and that's this plant is it's in the same size pot, 10-litre pot, same compost as we're using in the greenhouse. I've got this one here because I want to save seed from these peppers. Now, tomato plants tend not to cross too much. Some of the older varieties, because of the shape of the flower itself, they can cross a little bit, but generally you don't need to worry too much about tomatoes being cross-pollinated. Peppers, on the other hand, they will cross readily. So if you want pure seed, you need to isolate them or bag some flowers. And the easiest way to do that is for me to just bring this one indoors. Now, it has been very happy just to sit here growing away, but we've been away for, well, a couple of times now, and for long enough that it's a little bit rough on the pepper. And this last trip away, that was really hot. So it probably hasn't enjoyed the conditions. Now, before we went away, I made sure that the compost was properly saturated and the pot is sat in one of the little saucers, and made sure that that was full before we went, give it the best chance of still being alive when we got back. And we've been back a day or so now, and I've been rehydrating the plant. It was extremely dry when we got back, and there's a little damage to some of the little leaves, and but it will be fine. There's no problem with it. I'm not worried about it. A few leaves have fallen off, a couple of flowers have dropped off, but it's got fruit on, and with a bit of luck, I'm going to get some seeds and, well, probably a little harvest off of it, and then it served its purpose. What's happened though is that it's picked up a little problem. It's not too serious, but it's a disorder that has been brought on by overwatering, and that's probably where I've saturated this before going away to give it a shot of still being somewhat hydrated when we get back. So I've done it myself, and I've done it deliberately, and I thought it might be an interesting one to look at. So I've had to pull the blind down because it was so bright here. I don't think any of this would actually show up. So on the top surface of the leaf, it looks more or less normal. There's a little bit of marking here, but these leaves look pretty normal from the top. On the underside, however, they are covered with these little hard bumps. Now, this isn't a fungal problem. It's not a pest. These don't rub away, and there's no treatment for this exactly. What we have here is edema, and what's happened is that the plant has drawn in more moisture than it can get rid of. So, I mean, obviously the leaves are losing moisture, at least during the day they're losing quite a bit of moisture, and during the hot weather they'll be losing quite a lot, and it's drawing up what it can through the roots. But sometimes the plant is not losing it fast enough, and it's taken in more liquid than it can get rid of, and then these cells swell up and you get these hard lumps form. Now, this can get worse and cause a fair bit of damage, but as it stands, these leaves are going to be okay. Now, the plant won't recover from this. These damaged cells are permanently damaged, but the leaves aren't going to die. It's not that kind of problem, but obviously it has been somewhat affected, and a lot of these leaves are affected. Some of this curling may actually be due to the edema and not due to the recent stress of running a little dry. I'm not sure on these young leaves. Well, actually there doesn't seem to be any sign of the edema on these young leaves. That could just be where they've got a bit too dry. Well, this leaf has got quite a bit on as well. So there you go. That is a less common disorder of the chili and pepper plants. So there's nothing really I can do about this at this stage. The damage is done. To prevent more damage, all I have to do is stop overwatering it. That will be fine until I take another little break. Hopefully by then I've got some seeds I can use, so then I won't care too much. You can sometimes see this under other conditions. Overwatering is a strong possibility if you see this on your plants, but it could also be a problem with airflow and so on, that's preventing the plant from getting rid of that excess moisture. But yeah, it's an interesting one, and sometimes with these things you can see the symptoms and not have a clue what it is, because it does look as though it's some kind of pest or disease, but it's not. It's simply a problem with some swollen plant tissues. Actually, these fruit here are, I think these are pretty much mature size. So this is small fruited, more or less sweet pepper, and that's going to start to ripen pretty soon. I've got more fruit over here. Now I am losing some that's either not set, or in all likelihood the recent hot, dry conditions have done for it. There are a few flowers that have been dropping off, but I really only need one or two of these to ripen up and give me some seed for next season, and then I'll be quite happy. Right, that is it for this video. Thanks very much for watching, and bye for now.